Saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Saranaгаmanang sampunnang.
Aham bhante.
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adinādhāna veramani sikkhapada samadhiyami.
Adhinnadana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kame sumicchāchāra veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kāmesu micchāchāra veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Pisuna vācā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Pisuna vācā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Parusā vācā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Parusā vācā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Sampappalāpā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Sampappalāpā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Micchā ājīvā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Micchā ājīvaka veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Tisaranena saddhiṃ ājīvaṭṭhamaka sīlaṃ dhammam sādhukaṃ surakkhitam kattvā apamādhena sampāti tabbhaṃ.
Aham bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Then we can go to the sermon.
Yes, Bhante.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Dear listeners, subject to the discourse today, Anattalakkhana Sutta, the discourse on the not self characteristics, not self characteristic. On one occasion, the Blessed One was living at Bharanas, in the deer park at the Isipatana, the resort of seers. There he addressed the bhikkhus of the group of 5 as bhikkhus. Venerable Sir, they replied. The Blessed One said this. This is the first 5 monks. Lord Buddha has preached this sermon for attaining the Nibbana, attain the Arahantship for the first 5 monks. While listening this sutta, they attain the Nibbana. They are fully enlightened. Lord Buddha has preached like this way, like below, because the body is not self. Were body self, then this body would not lead to afflictions. Lord Buddha has preached, Rupam Bhikkhave Anatta. Body is not self. Rupam Bhikkhave Atta Bhavis, Naidam Rupam Apadaya Samvatteya. If this were the body self, if your body is your soul or your self, you must have a power to control it. Then this body would not lead to affliction. And not one could have it of body. How? Let my body be thus, let my body be not thus. And since body is not self, so it leads to affliction. And none can have it of body. Let my body be thus, let my body be not be that, be not thus. Dear listeners, there's 5 things we have to take as our self, our soul. There's no soul, but we have an idea about a self, or something is, you feel that something is mine, something is I am, like that. Do you feel like that? But you have to take only 5 things as yours. The first one is you can take your body as your as a thing belongs to you. The second one is the sensations, what arise in your inside. The third one is the perceptions. The fourth one, the intentions. The fifth one is the cognition. That means consciousness. That means maybe eye consciousnesses, ear consciousnesses, body or mind, any consciousness, any cognitions. Those things you have to take as your soul or yourself. So, usually as yourself. But Lord Buddha is preaching because the body is not self. If this body is yours, you must have power to control it. Please think about it. You must have power to say, oh, please, I don't be much older. Don't my hair become gray. I want to be as a young man or young woman. You can't have like this. And once your body going to have some problems or assassinations, you must have power to, or don't cut my skin. You can't have like this. Because body is under this nature. Body is under the nature of being wound. Body is under the nature of sicknesses, and body is under the nature of aging, and body is under the nature of decay. No one control it. No one can control it. So is it correct to call your body as yourself? No, it is not. Because this body is not self. If this were the body yourself, then this body would not lead to affliction. So then again, Lord Buddha called to monks and preached, because feeling, the sensation is not self. Were the sensation self, then this sensation would not lead to affliction. And one could have it of sensation. Let my sensation be thus, let my sensation be not thus. And since sensation is not self, so it leads to affliction. And none can have it of body, of sensation. Let my sensation be thus, let my sensation not be not thus. You can't have like this. Once we talk about the sensations, all kind of ordinary people, they only know the pleasant sensations as an answer for the unpleasant sensations. Ordinary people only know their answer to unpleasant sensations are pleasant sensations. So that's why they are seeking for pleasant sensations. But once Lord Buddha appears in the world and they proclaimed there's another way to overcome from the unpleasant sensations, but it is not the pleasant sensations. Pleasant sensations mean another type of unpleasant sensation, because once they ceased, there's a problem. One day, Lord Buddha, in one sutta, Lord Buddha proclaimed, Anyatha bhavi bhavasattva loke, bhavapareto bhavameva abhinandati. Abhinandan bhayam, bhayato meva dukkha. Bhava vipana vipahanayako panidan brahmacharya kusati. That means, Anyatha bhavi bhavasattva loke. The normally being, the nature of beings, humans, gods, and all kind of animals, nature of them is the existence. Nature of them is they love the existence, but existence creates because of the changing. The things are not changing because of the time. The changing makes the time. Time doesn't make change. Because of the changing, you feel the time. The existence means changing. There's no changing, there's no existence. Existence means changing. So that's why Lord Buddha has said, Anyatha bhavi. Anyatha means changing. Bhavasatto, the beings who are in the existence. Bhavasatto, loke, in the world. Bhavapareyato. And they footed in the changing, in the existence. They footed in the existence. Bhavameva abhinandati. But that foolish people always glad about the existence. But existence means the changing. The people, all beings seeking a birth, what is without decay and death. But we can't separate them. Where's the birth, the decay and death is there. Only way is cease the birth. Then there's no decay and death. But some foolish people still saying, I no need to finish reborning. I like to reborn in the world, and I like to be happy in the heavens and human worlds. Some foolish people are saying like this. but they don't know how much suffer they have to feel in the human's world, and as well as when they have to go to some lower realms like hell, an animal's world. The samsara is so dangerous place. No one have any bargain with it. So unsure. So we must understand existence means changing. But if someone glad about the existence, then that means that is a cause of fear. If you're glad about something, if you're glad about your phone, if you're glad about your wife or husband, if you're glad about your children, if you're glad about your mother or father, if you're glad about your company, so that is the cause of fear. Because of them you feel fear. If you're glad about your body, you're glad about your knowledge, that is the cause of fear. It gives you the fear. Fear gives you suffer. It gives you suffering, stress, fatigue, restlessness, everything. But Bhava Vipahana Kopanidam Brahmacharya Musati. But Lord Buddha, but people, wise people practice this Dhamma for cease the existence. But you must know, in the Buddhism, there's two main wrong ideologies. First one is some people are thinking there's a self or there's a soul, but goes to birth to birth. That is a one thing, one ideology. The second ideology is there's a self or there's a soul. It will vanish. It can cease. It can vanish in this life, or it will cease after the death. That kind of idea. But Lord Buddha has preached these both are incorrect. And Lord Buddha is preaching also a cessation of existence. But you must know, Lord Buddha's teaching is not a cessation of a soul, or it is not a cessation of a self. It is only a cessation of conceiving about the self. Conceiving about the self. There's no real soul, there's no real self to cease. There's only a conceiving about it. There's as an example, in a village, maybe some person can maybe die. We can give him a name, like we can tell a name as we can give a name as Kumar. Kumar. So Kumar is died now, dead. So the principal of this village, he will say, the Kumar is so uneducated, that's why he died. So the policeman will say, oh, he is sorry, the monk of their temple, he will say, He's always breaking the fifth precept to separate from intoxicants, drinks and drugs. That's why he died. He always take drinks. That's why he died. And the politician of that village, he will say, he's so poor, that's why he died. He did. Finally, the report will come because of his uneducatedness. He becomes poor. Because of his poorness, he has so many problems. Because of problems, he addicted to drinks. So that's why his kidneys are damaged and he died. They will say like this. But if you ask from the Lord Buddha, why is he died? He dead. What will be his answer? Lord Buddha will correctly give the answer. He is dead because of he born in this world. Because of the birth, he is dead. You will feel, oh, it is nothing. What is that? It's very, we all know that thing. You will say like that. But that is the thing, what you really don't know. That is the thing, what you really don't know. Try to understand. There's a deep concept on that. The birth is birth is be, decay and death comes to be. With the rising of the birth, decay and death arise. The birth is not to be, decay and death is not there, are not there. With the cessation of birth, decay and death cease. We do everything for these sensations, dear ones. Lord Buddha has preached in Kimmulaka Sutta, Vedana Samasarana Sabbe Dhamma. Our mind always fallen into sensations. If you look at something, we look for, take the sensation. If you scold to someone, you scold him because of sensations. If you cry because of, you always fall into sensations. If you hear some sound, you are trying to take the sensation. Our mind always enslaved to sensations. But Lord Buddha has said, Sankapparago purisassa kamu, nate kamayani chitrani loke, Tittanti chitrani tateva loke, atitta dera vinyantu chanda. Sankapparago purisassa kamu. The being's desires is just a thought, it's just a concept, what arises in his mind. The desire is not an exquisite thing in the world. The exquisite things are in the world as they are. Like if you look at a flower, nice rose flower, the flower is there as it is. But desire to this flower is not an exquisite thing. It's not a nice thing. It's not a valuable thing. Desire is not, there's no value to desire. And desire means just a concept, just a thought. Aditya Dhira Vidyatu Chanda. The wise man understands this and he abandoned the desire. Dear ones, once the desires arise in your mind, your morality will finish off. Your samadhi, your concentration will crushed. Your wisdom going to be slaved. So understand this. Don't give a chance to arise desires. Don't give a chance to arise greed. Don't give a chance to arise lust. Maybe you can't now, but try and try again and again. Try to beyond, try to overcome from this. How? How we can overcome them? We can overcome them by wisdom, by staying at here and now. Our mind always in the past and the future. As an example, while you meditate, you may feel the mosquito is biting you. You feel to abandon the mosquito because you feel this much of time he is biting me. You feel the past, you are in the past, then you feel he will bite me for the future also. So many times you're in the future. Because of always you are in the future, you always avoiding the present moment, ignore the present moment. So because of the past and future, you feel to hit the mosquito. But if you're in the present moment, here and now, the every sensation is just a sensation for you. There is no value. Every second is a new second, is a new life, is a new world for you. Because of your practice, you will feel again and again the lust, hatred. Those things like a mental disease, like a foolishness, like a person who with a devil. Day by day, you will feel, I need to overcome from this devil. And once you try, then automatically, sometimes you can't understand how this much of progress, but progress will come. Just need your practice. So then Lord Buddha is explaining the sensation is not yourself. If the sensation's yours, it would not lead you to affliction. And you must have a power to control it, but you haven't. When someone called on you, you can't feel a pleasant sensation. If the sensation are yours, you can convert that scolding, the sensation that comes from the scolding, you can convert it to a pleasant sensation. But you can't do it. So the sensations are not self. Then the perceptions also are not self. Were the perception self, then this perception would not lead to affliction. And one could have it of perception. Let my perception be thus. Let my perception be not thus. And since perception is not self, so it leads to affliction. And none can have it of perception as let my perception be thus, let my perception be not thus. You can't have. Once you look at some ugly thing, you can't get a pleasant perception from it. Once you look at your enemy, you can't get a good perception on him. But if your perception is yours, you must have a power to control it, but you don't have. So Buddhism is not lead to suppress the things, but Buddhism leads to insight them. Buddhism leads to understand them. Just understand. These perceptions are not mine. Sensations are not mine. So nothing to do. Once you understand that those as not yours, they will automatically finish off. Then the intentions also same. Intention also not self. Were intention self, then this intention would not lead to affliction. And one could have it of intention as let my intention be thus, let my intention be not thus. And since intention is not self, so it leads to affliction. You have troubles with the intentions. Sometimes you know this lust is not good, this greed is not good, but you can't control that greed, you can't control those intentions. Because why? Intentions are not yours. You don't need to try to suppress the greed. You just need to understand it. It's not mine. Because of a cause, like because of something what I have seen or heard or cognized. That's why I feel. That's why I feel those intentions, those lustful intentions or greedful intentions or hateful intentions. Because of the cause they are arising. So I just be a witness. I will not be a part of it. So they will come, they will go. You have to practice like this. Finally, because the consciousness or the cognition is not self. Were consciousness self, then this consciousness would not lead to affliction. And one could have it of consciousness, let my consciousness be thus, let my consciousness not to be thus, be not thus. And since consciousness is not self, so it leads to affliction. So it leads to danger. As an example, you can't have, I only hear when my mother called me loudly. Please don't hear once she called me angrily. You can't have like this. What is there, you have to hear. What is there, you have to see. You can't control the consciousness. You can't control the cognitions. Those are not yourself. Not under your control. So when someone blame you, if you look at some ugly things, just understand. I don't need to get angry. Because of the causes, I feel this. That's it. So then again, Lord Buddha is asking, because how do you conceive it? Is body permanent or impermanent? You know the answer, but please think on it from inside of your mind. Is really this body permanent or impermanent? You will reply me, impermanent, Venerable Sir. Now what is impermanent? Painful or pleasant? Painful, Venerable Sir. Now what is permanent? What is painful? Since subject to change, fit to be regarded thus. This is mine, this is I, this is myself. They replied, no, Venerable Sir. Is it fit? I'm also asking from you. If your body is impermanent and it's caused to pain and it is since subject to change, is it fit to be regarded thus? How? This is mine, this is I am, this is myself. Is it okay? Is it fit? No, it is not. Next one. Are the sensations permanent or impermanent? Impermanent. Something impermanent is pain, cause to pain. If some sensation impermanent, cause to pain, and since subject to change, is it not fit to regard as this is mine, this is I am, this is myself, this is myself? Is perceptions permanent or impermanent? Impermanent. One day, some enemy, he will be your best friend. Another day, your best friend will maybe your enemy. Perceptions not yourself. So something impermanent is caused to pain. Something impermanent pain and seems subject to change. It is not fit to be regarded as this is mine, this is myself, this is mine, this is I am, this is myself. You can't think like this. Feelings also the same, perceptions also the same. Intentions also the same. If you look at your past, so many times you will have some anger, or I will kill him like that day. Or you may have lots of lustful thoughts or some another people. But those are not now. Those all are ceased in the past. No one is the present moment. So the intentions are impermanent. Something impermanent is painful normally. Something impermanent, painful, and since subject to change, it is not fit to regard it as this is mine, this is I am, this is myself. It's not good. Sometimes, dear ones, you may feel usually you know the truth. Those are impermanent. Those are not self, and the body and all those things are so ugly. But you feel lust, but you feel greed, but you feel anger. Why? What is the cause of that? Because your practice is not enough. But Buddha has said, Bhavita Bahulikata, you must use and practice in more times. You want to be a master, you want to do the mastery on it. Unless you will not feel any result. Once your concentration and wisdom become higher, you can understand. You can look some things. If you have a desire, you can mentally feel that desire. Oh, this is the pleasant thing of this thing. And after that, you can mentally think about the disadvantages of it. If I go through this desire, I have to face to these things. So once your wisdom and concentration becomes more higher, you can avoid, you can abandon the sense, the lust or hatred or greed and thoughts by thinking on the disadvantages. Now you can't, but once your practice become more strengthened, you may have an automatical power to avoid them. So empower your practice. The consciousness also same. It is not, it's impermanent and goes to pain. You can't get it constantly. So the cognition is also not good for say as this is mine, this is myself, or this is I am. You can't tell like that. So finally, Lord Buddha is explaining. So because any kind of body or any kind of form, the rupas, whatever, whether past, whether future, or presently arising, whether gross or subtle, whether in oneself or external, whether inferior or superior, whether far or near, must with right understanding how it is be regarded thus. This is not mine, this is not I, this is not myself. So understand this. There's 11 ways Lord Buddha is asking to insight. Maybe that means the conceiving types. Whatever, sometimes you will conceive the body what I have in the past. Sometimes you will conceive, oh, I am like when you go to some occasion, um, some party or something like that. You will be in the party. I will be like this. Everyone will look at me. You will conceive about the body in the past or in the future also, and you will conceive about the body in the presently arising feeling also, and you will feel something in body, internal or external, or gross or subtle, or superior or inferior, or far or near. Anyway, if you feel your body, you must understand this is not mine, this is not I am, this is not myself. You have to cognize a scene or hearing or a tangible or a thought as your body, nothing else. You just feel your body by those ways, as a visual law, sound law, tangible law, thought. And as same as any kind of sensations, maybe past sensations, you will feel, oh, I was feeling that kind of pleasant sensation at that time. You can tell like that. So you're making the concept of I there. So you need to practice whatever sensation, past, future, or presently arisen, whether gross or subtle, whether is in oneself or external, whether inferior or superior, whether far or near. Maybe you may feel some sensation because of the far things, because of sometimes the near things, any kind of sensation. It is not time. Because of that thing it's arisen. It's not I, this is not myself. The perceptions are also same. Maybe you will take perceptions as what is the perception, what I have had in 2 days ago, or the future, or the presently arisen, or 1 hour past, gross or subtle, oneself, or because of external things, inferior perceptions or superior perceptions, far or near, the lustful perceptions or Dhamma perceptions, anything. Those are not mine because of the cause. They arise. I don't ask them to come, I don't ask them to go. They will come, they let go. So you need to insight with right understanding how it is be regarded thus. This is not mine, this is not I, this is not myself. So then the intentions also same. You may feel in so many intentions in the past and the future and the present. Some are subtle, some are gross, some are inferior because of inferior things. Some intentions arising, some intentions arising because of external things, something because of near or far, superior or inferior, any kind of intention. You need to understand with right understanding. This is not myself. This is not I. This is not mine. And finally, Atitanagata Pachupanna, Ajantangma Bahitava, Olarikangwa Sukumangwa, Hinava Panitava, Yadure Santikeva, Etam Vinyana, Netam Mama, Neso Hangaspi Neso Meatati, Evametang Yata Butang Samapanyai Datamba. It is in the Lord Buddha's words. Atitanagata Pachupanna, maybe the past or future or presently arisen. Ajantangma Bahitava, in the inside or external. Because of my things, because of inside thing, that means my things or external things. That is the ways how your mind are dividing all sensations, all consciousnesses. And got gross or subtle, inferior, superior, near or far. Any kind of cognition or consciousness, you need to understand with the right understanding, regarded as this is not mine, this is not I, this is not myself. So Lord Buddha is preaching, because when a noble follower who has heard the truth sees thus, he finds estrangement in body. That means he is disappointed about the body. He finds estrangement in sensations. He finds estrangement in perceptions. He finds estrangement in intentions. And he finds estrangement in consciousness, that means or cognitions. When he finds estrangement, passion fades out. When you disappoint about this body sensation, perception, and intention and consciousness, the passion fades out. Passion go away. With the fading of passion, he is liberated. When he liberated, there is a knowledge that he is liberated. Kina jati. He understands birth is exhausted. Usitam brahmacharya. The holy life has been lived out. Katang karaniyam. What can be done is done. Na prangitata tipajanati. Of this there is no more beyond. That is the understanding of an arahant. That is what the Blessed One said. The bhikkhus were glad and they approved his words. Now during his utterance, the hearts of the bhikkhus of the group of five were liberated from taint through clinging no more. So I bless you all to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana in this Buddha Sasana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very well explained, Bhante. Can we take few questions?
Of course.
कोणाला काही प्रश्न आहेत तर विचारू शकता.
No questions.
Okay, Bhante. Blessings.
Okay. We can transfer the merits to gods and late relatives. And finally, I will bless you. Ettavata chammehi sampadhang punya sampadhang sabbe devanumodhantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavata chammehi sampadhang punya sampadhang sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavata chammehi sampadhang punya sampadhang sabbe satthanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasattha Jabummattha Devanaga Mahittika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkantu Sambuddha Sasanam. Akasattha Jabummattha Devanaga Mahittika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkantu Sambuddha Desanam. Akasattha Jabummattha Devanaga Mahittika Punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu sambuddha savakam chirang rakhantu mang paranti. Now we can translate the merits to all its relatives. Idam me nyati dang hotu sukhita huntu nyatayo. Idam wo nyati dang hotu sukhita huntu nyatayo. Idam wo nyati dang hotu sukhita huntu nyatayo. Now do our wish. Mina punya kamena mame bal samagamu satang samagamu hotu yava nibbana pattiya idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamujyatu. So now I will bless for you all. Sabbhetiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavattvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada asuddhi bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada asuddhi bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada suddhi bhavantu te. Abhivadana silisa niccang vaddhavajayino chattaro dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanno sukham balam ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminate samicchatu sukhi hotu nibbana sapachyo hotu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So